everybody, final day of B Cup 17. 3 players remain and 1 will claim the championship. Will it be Happy once again? Will it be Starbuck versus Happy in the final once again? Will Focus crown his rise of the past couple of weeks and go into the top 2 or maybe even top 1? He will have to face Pally Rifle, and after a couple of discussions I had this morning, I hear the Pally Rifle University is celebrating the last day of competitive Pally Rifle. Bit dramatic, but we'll see where it goes. First of all, before we do anything else, we have to adjust this very number. Consecutive streaming day number 398, the big 400 this very weekend. And we already got an MVP of the stream. I'll just replay it. Boom. The Pawner. Been a long time follower of Back to Warcraft. You guys helped me get through some dark times years ago and I never gave back. Just wanted to say thanks. That is freaking incredible, man. That is freaking incredible. The financial support for us is super great. And that we were able to help is super great. It makes me really, really proud. And that you're in a better place also. It's like a triple whammy. So good, dude. So good. Made me incredibly happy. Gives super positive vibes. Shout out to the YouTube chat in general. Gave some posy words after. So if a stream starts like this, man, how can you not be in a good mood? With this lineup, with Happy and Starbuck and Focus, I'd say clearly the best players in this tournament. It's not that one advanced through luck. Not really. Let's take a look at the B Cup 17 bracket and how people got here. It was a gruesome competitive tournament. The way we like it. Just the way we like it. Restream. Here it is. We got Happy via the winner bracket. Unlike B Cup 16. He made it through Focus. Focus was very, very close to beating him though. Also Sock, very, very close to beating him. Only one map away where the Lich all of a sudden made an appearance in this matchup, which we haven't seen in a while. Oh my god, I gotta speed things up, everybody. The game is already starting. Damn. Starbuck got his ass whooped yesterday in the winner bracket final after an opening win. Came 4 consecutive losses versus Happy. That was quite brutal. We have a game? Might be a join bug. Ah, now it's starting. Wonderful. Focus on the other side is playing his best Warcraft in a while and is plowing through this lower bracket. First versus Sini, then versus Moon, then versus Lawliot, and then there was a task that was not a Night Elf, and that was Sock, and pretty much annihilation. Doesn't matter if it was an Archmage or a Paladin. The Fascia Panda TC combo knocked him out of his shoes, but now a new challenger arrives and Focus was able to win against the Pally Rifle yesterday. But today he's facing a whole different beast, everybody. This is the best Western Pally Rifle player, and the Pally Rifle in the West is, as we oftentimes said, quite a bit ahead of what we see in the East. Focus yesterday, as one of the first Eastern players, made some adjustment to the Pally Rifle play, showed us that he can play a Panda second, which has been established for quite a while in this matchup. Is that enough for Starbuck though? I doubt it. If everything is going according to plan and if everything is going on without surprises, Starbuck is winning this decisively, and then Happy is winning the grand final decisively. But never underestimate the surprise elements within a Warcraft tournament, everybody. It is the updated Pally Rifle, and this might be something that Focus isn't facing. The Asians aren't playing on W3 Champions anymore. The updated Pally Rifle bring you an early Paladin that can then creep. A little green spot, for example, with some militia. You still gather all the necessary resources to be able to tech. Then afterwards come the rifles. Or the rifles come earlier, then you tech. And of course, it is the #1 challenge for Focus. to disrupt this and to destroy this. Grubby has had some success with the second barracks on tier 2. Focus already, as I said, made great improvements. Panda second worked tremendously well versus Sock. Sock is not the greatest Pally rifle player. So we'll see how this pans out. Quick check on the high ground. Are you an Archmage player all of a sudden? Nah. Batman. Let's check this out. Wolves harass the rifle. Oh, well, wait, what? This is something you can do now? Focus had 24 hours to analyze Starbuck's replays. This is not a secret that Starbuck plays this way, that the Euros play this way. But how quick can Focus adjust his play? Because there isn't too many ways to play around this, and too many adjustments you can do early game. One was quite famous though, and that was Grubby's famous win over Starbuck on the ladder after going, I don't know, 8-0 in favor of Starbuck. Grubby was finally able to defeat him with the double barracks. But knowing Starbuck, he probably has some solution to that as well. So far, it's a very similar picture than what we've seen yesterday, with the adjustment that it's half a level on the Paladin already, which of course will help him down the road, as this little turtle camp in the middle would give him level 2. Or this one. And so far, no second racks. He doesn't have the gold for it right now, so we're going up to 6 headhunters. A transition basically back to grunts would be a possibility. But I like it. This is a long series, right? It's a best of 7 in both of our matches here today. So taking things slow, not taking unnecessary risks, no unforced errors. And Starbuck is waiting for the Blood Mage, of course. I see a very, very, very similar picture of Focus's play than I saw yesterday, and that worries me a little. I don't think this is enough. So yesterday the play by Focus was to get the Panda, contest until there's no mana anymore, and then fall back with both heroes and the headhunters. I wonder if that is not too passive. I think you can neglect Farseer levels. Yes, wolves help a bit. Yes, chain lightning is nice. But the Panda level 3 is important, and keeping Starbuck low might even be more important than that. So maybe that is an adjustment that we'll see. The movement of the headhunters is clearly indicating to Starbuck, hey, I want a Tavern hero. Oh, did you notice I played a Panda yesterday? Let me show you how this works. Wait, it's a TC. It's a TC and it's almost finished. No Panda. Interesting development. Basically back to where we were before yesterday. And with that, Soin got smacked around 3-0 by Starbuck earlier in the tournament. The TC is just oftentimes rather slow. He's holding his skill point for now. I personally am not a fan just yet, but at least in comparison to Soin, Focus is playing without casters. But again, double hero creeping, at least for now. Needs a bit of healing, so that is okay. Solo boosting TC with Aura first and more attack speed first with Ensnare and Raiders, but this gives basically full map control. to Starbuck for now, and that's the first shop camp. That's the merchant camp as well. TC finds the Ruined Braces against the Mountain King, a phenomenal item. Against the Paladin and Blood Mage, not so much. Shockwave or Stomp are the choices. Shockwave probably the safer one if he wants to double down on AoE as well. Big mana potion, heal scroll. Yeah, Starbuck again. His #1 job is get the heal scrolls. As if it's Black Friday every day. He's camping in front of the shop 2 weeks early to get the best discount there is. Or basically back like in the Harry Potter book days when we were all camping up until midnight in front of bookstores. Can you imagine? Well, you're probably older than I am, so you will imagine. You guys are so old, you did that for the Bible. Anyway. Everything got a little bit of damage, but that should be perfect for a heal scroll. Tja. And now what? It's a bit of a problematic situation. We got reinforcements coming, holding on to the heal scroll. Starbuck no level 3 yet. Kills the first raider with ease though. One rifle coming. Militia in 2 different sets of rifles is an interesting choice. Banish, punished by a chain lightning immediately. Oh, let me hold my horses here. Blood Mage. Holy Light is on cooldown. Now the Holy Light is at the ready and mana is being transferred once again. No Stomp, no Chain Lightning, no way to punish this except with the physical damage of Headhunters. Level 3 gives the Paladin more mana. He's still holding on to the big mana potion. I'm not too sure what this Blood Mage focus is supposed to accomplish. Potion. Get this over. That is an incredibly disappointing performance by Focus here in map 1. And it's over. Easiest map of Starbuck life since he played against Soin. I have no clue what that was. Maybe a huge lag spike or something? I'm a bit shook by the outcome of this match. The only explanation I have is this was a massive lag, or his kids came into the room and distracted him, or I don't know. Yes, York, thank you for playing our PTR tournament yesterday. Even though it went very, very long. It was a blast seeing you. And you made a good case for inviting you to PTR tournaments again. Exactly as a PTR tournament should be. With the changes implemented in the games. Unlike other people. But yeah, yeah, sorry, I have no explanation. Maybe he used mana pot instead of heal pot and did not notice that. Oh. You know, some people have a red and green weakness. Maybe Focus developed an HP and mana weakness, so he confuses the two. Might be. Well, the good thing for Focus fans is it can only get better from here. But yeah, I am I'm befuddled. I was almost sure that Focus has no solution towards today. This was almost hopeless. Well. Maybe just a hiccup. Maybe he'll perform a lot better on map 2. But yeah, that was a freebie. That was nothing but a freebie. Focus picks Amazonia, which is a very good Peli Rifle map. Still confident. Well. It's a super close map. It's a super tight map. You know what your opponent is doing at every second of the map, really. Good for Starbuck if he makes it to... If he makes it to the final with a 4-0, he might be a little more rested. For the big final versus Happy. Hey, Vesti, thank you. As we're waiting for the Chinese August to give us the go. Yeah, I think Focus has a way better shot if he's playing Panda. See how that momentum slipped out of his hands like instantly? That was interesting. Cheated with you yesterday when you got into a group with Florentine. Girlfriend looked at me as if I went completely bananas. Yes, finally, first time in Creep Camp history. Me and Florentine are in one group. Hell yeah. This guy is gonna get a beating of a lifetime. Let's go. Hopefully, Focus reset his mind. I said this many times and I will say it again. He is underrated as a mental monster. If he's down 0-2 in a best of 5, he doesn't care. If he's down 0-3 in a best of 7, he doesn't care. He always finds ways back. Yesterday's lower bracket semi-final was a very one-sided affair as well, with Focus demolishing Sock, who was not ready for that matchup, which is impressive, because Sock usually looks pretty good in that matchup. So let's see what Focus has prepared here on Amazonia. This is a guaranteed level 2 with this camp and this camp. Maybe because it's guaranteed, the advantage of the new Peli Rifle build that has faster creeping doesn't matter that much. And maybe after yesterday, Focus does feel confident against Peli Rifle in general. Yeah, that first game must have been a lesson to not go TC anymore. That was hopeless. Amazonia has produced quite some games. Yes, I had a big hate boner for this match in the past before it was removed. And nowadays, meta, it's a nice shift so far. We reevaluated. And so far, I'm not hating anymore. Off I go. Okay, sweet lightning shield trick. Gets the perch on the grunt there as well. Wolves are creeping on the left-hand side. Starbuck is creeping as well. Needs a rifle for the big one. And of course, focus is faster. Whoo, I was almost sure he denied that. Can't have that. Okay, now this is also a pretty unique situation for Focus, as he has the level 2 unlocked. He can use Chain Lightning early. He should probably reserve his mana. Wow, he's creeping even further. It is usually not a good idea to let the Pally Rifle player unfold his level 2 and beyond. Especially because the aura gets so good in later levels. But Focus made the decision. He's faster. He's also playing Grunt into Headhunter. Not straight Headhunter, so a very different build by Focus. It is good that he has that prepared. Draws up more HP and more attack. On the other side, Starbuck struggling a little with the creeps on AZ. If I can... Oh, big steal actually. Nicely done. And with Chain Lightning... Wow, this is very elaborate by Focus thus far. If he kills the Goblin, he wins the early game hard. It's close to level 3. This must be a Holy Light. The second one already, huh? I don't hate this position. There's not enough damage to just gun down the Kobold. Yesterday on this map, Starbuck played Pally Rifle vs Happy. And he got completely trashed with 3 rifle losses in the early game. Not the case this time. But solid chip damage, rifles have to retreat. Tier 2 is about to finish. So are we going to the tavern this time? Will we keep up the pressure with Panda? Because everything is heard already. This is the prime situation to add a Panda in the Breath of Fire. Boom, level 3. Stolen, double claw. Panda is here. Focus! So much better than game 1. So much better. Now, regen is running and Focus is kind of missing the mark. I would love to see the Panda creeping, the Farseer harassing. One Chain Lightning here would have been so good to cancel all the regen. He had the mana. Now it's too late. I criticized this yesterday already. Focus doesn't listen. What can I do?
A player's forces are under attack.
Not saying that there's no progress. Huge creep speed. A little bit of lightning shield issues here, I guess. Oops. I hope he has... Oh, he has no Nature's Master. Focus needs to repair ASAP, otherwise this entire early game is for nothing. But he's supply blocked until the end of days. Pally. Can he get the damage out on the Panda? Doesn't seem like it. He has a potion. Nicely realized. by Starbuck, going for better targets. And this game... Okay, that was the potion. Panda is fighting on his own. Can't expose the Farseer at all to the rifles, but he's walking in a wonky fashion. Panda has more mana. He's going again with his Drunken Brawler build. Needs a kill. Nice deny. Well, that solves the job. Or that solves the problem of being supply blocked. But yeah, you can't lose track of a pally rifle player in the mid game. I don't think. Now he does it! Now he does it! Yeah, Starbuck knows, man. He did so much damage here. For seriously no reason. Okay. Mega throw. All that early game work for absolutely nothing. Quite sad to see. He worked hard for this Kobold camp and he did the right thing and he had the right follow-up. But then, why creep with the Farseer? Farseer harass while Panda creeps. Maybe creep a little less greedy. And then you're in a prime spot. Focus and Soen keep handing out gifts to Starbuck. Like that's just the tournament so far. And you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of the pally rifle. Well, you can't blame the pally rifle for this one. Focus and Soen make it way too easy for him. I mean, please tell me if I'm wrong. Focus mistake in the early was not creeping level 3. But he was level 3 after the Kobold. He was 2.9. And then he got the Kobold. Starbuck moved back to his main, got the Region Scroll. And then the Farseer was 3. And then he continued creeping with the Farseer, who was already level 3. That makes no sense. Sorry about that, but what more can I say? Oh, that PTR thing is done. Good to see chat thinking about plays. Okay. Organizers say 2 minutes. Let's see if they are closer to the truth today. Wonder if Starbuck says anything about this yet? Because after the series versus Soen, he also said like this was quite horrible. Focus should continue Pala harass. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we're trying to teach the Asian orc players for literally like this entire year. And we're just talking to a wall. Lemez, maybe you can ask ChatGPT or something.
Chat, Neo is feeling comfortable. Dial up the balance wine to 11 tenths.
I'll dial up the band hammer to 11 out of 10 if you continue with this shit. Thank you, LeCrestfallen. Lemes, maybe you can, with like machine AI translation, can translate your guide to Korean, and then maybe that helps. I don't know what else can help. I wrote an entire build order guide. Yeah, translate it to Korean. That's the only thing left. That's the only thing left. I was about to say it like exactly the second you typed it. Oh, fucking hell, man. It's getting frustrating. It's frustrating for the orcs because they can't find a solution. It's getting frustrating for me because they like keep repeating the same things over and over and over. And it's getting frustrating for you because it's the same situation every tournament. For the burning blades! Thank you for the 56 months. It was 56 times that exact sound. Thank you, mate. We need Lin back at the scene. Lin is playing worse than Focus versus Paddy Rifle. Focus is the best Korean anti-Paddy Rifle player. Theory is always easy. Well, yeah. But in theory, what the Korean orcs play is 10 times worse than what in theory would work a lot better. So, why not play the simpler one? Hey, Leon, thanks for the PTR matches. Dude, I know it was super duper mega late for you. Appreciate it, brother. The defense timing was lovely. And everything else. Sorry that you had to get punished by some Huntress at one point. But hey, quick 2-0, huh? Quick 2-0. New meme was born. Now it's a quick 2-1. Yep. Now it's a quick 2-1. Focus is the best Korean orc because he goes panda. It's a low bar. Yes. Yes, that is correct. But at least there's that. Quick 2-1. Ay. It feels like the commercials are longer than the actual in-game time. I don't want to ruin anybody's day, but let's be honest here. Should I try and say, oh, but now everything is changing because Focus probably has a perfect build prepared for the third time he's playing against Paddy Rifle? I mean, I could, but would anybody believe me? I mean, showmanship has limits. Silver linings. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to Autumn Leaves. Let's see what Focus has prepared for Autumn Leaves. Starbuck is incredibly dominant. It's been a long time since Focus took a win. That was 2 decisive wins though in the Ancient of Wonders Cup. That was fun when Focus was slaughtering every single human. In hindsight, how? I don't know. This is Focus trap. He lets Starbuck gets relaxed. There we go. That's the silver linings we need. All right, everybody. What is it? It is a fast tech. Autumn Leaves Raider Lame. I reckon. He did that to Sock as well and then lost. Which was fascinating in itself. It's good to see that on the final days of Pala Rifle existence, they get some reason to celebrate. Strategy will be completely dead in, I don't know, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, whenever the patch goes live. So let them have some fun. And I can only assume Starbuck having a lot of fun. Or is it more fun when you go later games? Because then the banishes and mana siphons are even more impactful. I don't know. I never played Pally Rifle except the one game where I lost the channel point bet.
A player's forces are under attack.
I mean, if you don't play it here, when it's uncertain when the patch is gonna hit, if you think the Koreans have a super secret anti-Pally Rifle jutsu that they're hiding for us, it's the last day of an $8,000 B cup. Like, when? Yes, I'm getting half a stroke here. So, yeah. For the third time, I say, solid harass. But we all know that that is not even half the rent. How to counter a movement that consists of people with guns being led by a religious zealot? That is a good question in and outside of Warcraft, isn't it? Comment of the day, my bro. Comment of the day. So, focus is preventing level 2. That's all he can do right now. There's not even too much chip damage, is there? Can we pin chat comments? Yep, we can. If a mod is around. Oh no, don't get surrounded, bro. Ooh. Tier 2 timing. What's it gonna be? And okay. We have seen like edge cases of Tinker. But yeah, no. It's the panda. We like it. We like the panda. It's a lot better than the TC. It's a lot more tempo than the TC. And it keeps Starbuck busy. And he is now keeping Starbuck busy. He's probably gonna blow all his mana. Is he retreating with the Farseer again? He is retreating with the Farseer again. We play everything the same way as we did before and expect a different outcome. Starbuck's movement, by the way, is pretty great. Creating distance between the rifle and the panda. I like that a lot. But... oh, wait. Oh, this is no cement upgrade, my bro. This is just another burrow. At least the adjustment is that we are not leaving the Pally rifle alone. Unfortunately, this is basically no damage done. And no mana used. Starbuck splits are good. Nice anti-Pala play. With the splits against the breath. Nice, nice, nice. Focus gets 1 kill, alright. But of course, we feel very, very powerful now with the Blood Mage on. Breath of Fire is gone, and there's still... Oh! So much Holy Light. Was it on cooldown? Or was that a little hiccup? Well, we drain all the mana. Feels like he's baiting him a little into this timing, isn't he? End Snare is ready now. Bit sloppy by Starbuck, to be honest. I think he could have saved at least 1 rifle. More upgrades. Dude, Focus doesn't seem to be afraid of an attack at all. Let's see. Let's see. Is this the best Focus game yet? I guess. Oh, and we go tier 3. Let's go. Yes. For a Firelord / Shadow Hunter. Both are options. Shadow Hunter probably slightly better. Firelord faster. We go for the Pally. Oh, God. Let's go. Focus has something...
Players' forces are under attack.
Like momentum now. Okay, Wand of the Wind. Amazing. Rest of the camp goes to Starbuck. It's a super low level game. Like low level on heroes, not the players, obviously. Yeah, seems like he learned the lesson to not let the Paladin creep up to 3 and not let the Paladin go to his base. Tier 3 can be good. Tauren can be fantastic. Spirit Link can be amazing.
Players' forces are under attack.
The Crestfall, are you out for blood tonight? Double heal scroll though. No Holy Light. Oh, the banish! Sick! That was a perfectly timed banish. And again, because it has no cooldown. Now we cyclone the blonde devil. And then there's the Holy Light. Okay, but the heal scrolls are gone. Banish again. We have no chain lightning because the Farsi is level 2. Focus is fighting while attacking to tier 3. This is very unintuitive. And maybe a bit ill-advised. We'll see. Starbuck is still keeping a lot of these rifles alive. Chain lightning ready. Now that we have level 2. Holy Light. There's no way to get out for Starbuck. There is no TP. Level 3 on the Blood Mage, alright. Keeping quite some distance from the Blood Mage so the Siphon doesn't work. But supply-wise, there's not much left, to be honest. What do we got? How much do we lose? Like 4 Headhunters? Denies this one. And now we got infinite Holy Light again. Can't Holy Light yourself, so maybe that's the point of attack. I get a tower portal now. Alright, so we can get out. Whew, rough situation. I mean, you invest 340, 350, whatever it is, into the tier 3 tech, and then you fight without the tier 3 upgrades. But okay, we get the 3rd attack upgrade. We'll see if we double down on Headhunters and Raiders and go for Orb and Tiny. Starbuck just willing to brawl again. Yeah, why not? Oh, Panda level 3. Nice. A bit late to the party. We'll see if there's a 3rd hero. He could go for Shadowhunter, or could have gone for Shadowhunter if not for all the Headhunters he has to replace.
A player's forces are under attack.
No Cement, no Orb. The only upgrade he got at the moment is the Berserker upgrade. Heal scroll again. I say this basically the entire tournament. Starbuck's emphasis on heal scrolls is remarkable. Money gets an end snare, which is huge for some reason. Trying to play around the Holy Light cooldown, but it's only 6 seconds. It isn't too much. No 3rd hero is not ideal, but Starbuck is being challenged this time. At least a bit more than before. Next Breath of Fire or Chain Lightning would be fantastic, but the Headhunters lay in the damage. Okay, focus fighting. There's not many rifles left, and Starbuck isn't scaling too well anymore, except with hero levels. This could actually be a win for Focus. Love the potion though. Love the shop. Panda on its own, but he's a very, very tanky bear. Still no TP. The heal scroll is gone as well. Starbuck, basically out of gold, can only build some more rifles as he's seriously lacking the punch. Level 4 doesn't really do too much, to be honest. The end snares are nice, but there's only one. He always has to play around the cooldown. Lightning Walk would be fantastic. 3rd hero would still be fantastic, but he doesn't want to break upkeep. Starbuck is forced into potions. First the mana, then the healing. And if you're forced into a healing potion when you have a Paladin Blood Mage combo, that shows you something is definitely not right. He wants his Blood Mage so bad, but there's always a Holy Light. Now level 4, level 2 aura, skilled immediately. Huge buff for the rifles. Or for everything, really. Focus sending the Raider up front. He wants, of course, the Blood Mage, but there's always a Holy Light. Please, Focus, don't lose your Panda. You need him. Still such a neck and neck fight, man. Focus. Is there any reason to attack this Blood Mage? He's trying for the 25th time. And like... Dude, no, 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 no! That was quite lucky, man. Peso says Blood Mage is the single worst target. Yes! I agree! But we only tried it 24 times. Maybe we should try 26 times. And then it might work. Oh, we got mana again. Good repositioning against the Siphon. His Focus running out of steam here. He surely is, right? Oh. That was his own fault! If he targets anything else than this Blood Mage, he looks squishy, but it's just an illusion. It's just an illusion. You cannot kill the devil. He always got support. And then it's a quick 3-0. Surely the best game of Focus thus far. But the fight already in the upper left wasn't ideal without the Berserkers. At some point, like, maybe you're not as sharp anymore when you fight for so long. And Starbuck is obviously playing this well. It looks very easy. It surely isn't very easy, but it doesn't feel like Starbuck was stressed in any minute. He read the fight really well. You know, oh, you're focusing this? Oh, I get my banish ready. You're my holy light ready. You're not challenging me, bro. I've been here a million times. Maybe he missed a holy light or two in like the early mid game. But that's about it. And he didn't slow down in this long 5-minute fight. Not at all. He hit the holy lights, he hit the banish, he retreated. And Focus had like a 10 HP raider up front all the time. That's the difference, right? And then, like, if you haven't learned by now that a Blood Mage is not the target, then what are we talking about? Oh, it's that time of the day where the balance whiners come in. Nice. That's crazy, actually. After game 2, there was none of that. You all arrived during game 3. That's insane. How different the chat is crazy. Minimum, thank you for the 45. After game 2, yo, Focus should have done this and this and this. This is the play. That timing was wrong. He should have attacked here, yada yada. One map later, nerf, 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 Impa shit's annoying. Blah! Unbelievable. It's literally like targeting a lich with full mana DK. I think it's even worse, man. 2 PM, school is over. Finally, Neo sounds like me. Well, only if there's a Mountain King. Only if there's a Mountain King. Focus started the fight well, killed 2 rifles and a priest, and then he tunneled to the Blood Mage. Yup. I expected more from Focus, man. After yesterday. Minimum CJ, thank you for the 45. Love to see it. We once again are in the breaks. If you want to support this channel, who's here for you for 398 days, back to warcraft.com/support lists all the ways to support us. It is a new month. Maybe your Prime sub is running out and you're thinking, which channel should I give it to? Who's providing 398 days of Warcraft? Or maybe these guys from Back to Warcraft. We gladly take your Prime subs. We store them for the month, then we give them back. And of course, don't let your Prime sub go to waste. Wherever you give it to, or whoever you give it to, that pulls money out of Amazon's pocket, and that's exactly what you want. Please tell me it's best of 5. Nah, we have one more map. Little did Neo know, Focus did indeed save his final strategy for the 4th game of the best of 7. This game will go down in history as the game that shook the earth and once and for all ended the reign of Barely Rifle. Me too! Thank you for the 250 super chat!
Almost the roaring 40s.
That wasn't Me Too. Me Too says, thank you. Oh, Dankeschön for the years of entertainment. Thank you, Me Too. And Kirk with the 39 month. Almost the roaring 40s indeed. Hope you don't get a midlife crisis. Sambra, thank you for the 14 month as well. I see the primers. Good, 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 good. It's a good time to use it. This month is sick. We got DWCC with wildcard and the rest of the Chinese qualifier. And of course the $21,000 grand final. We got War 3 Champions finals. 2 weekends. We have our Dach Inferno. We have M Cup coming back. This month is so packed. It will be everyday high-class Warcraft. Focus Unleash the Laming. It's time. I think that didn't look too great yesterday versus Sock. The Laming game was the game he lost. Instead of the fighting game. I have my Prime sub somewhere else, but I took my dad's Prime for Back to Warcraft. He's not using it. Nice, green one. Well done. Well done. Yeah. This seems like a foregone conclusion. It's springtime. Focus has to win 4 games in a row now. Let's hope and pray and maybe sacrifice something? Do some voodoo? Well, we can't get Starbuck's hair, can we? Okay, voodoo is going to be difficult. Anyway, let's hope that something clicked in Focus and he got a solution. Otherwise, he's out. It's that simple. You gotta play even better. Every time you say foregone conclusion, I have Karen at the liquor store by the National playing in my head and I cry. I'm so sorry. I don't like the National personally, but it's a great band. You know when you realize artistry, but it's just not for you? That's the National. I know, J Celerex, I know. There's some bands you want to like, but it just doesn't click. It is sad. Well, Farsia Headhunter once again. Barely Rifle once again. Zanku, thank you for the Prime. Welcome to me. Awesome, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Neo, did you like Attack on Titan? It's one of my top 3 series of all time. I love it. So, yeah. It is the similar build that we've seen throughout the entire series. I also think Focus being in this lower bracket final increases the chances for a great grand final. Because Starbuck was kind of outplayed yesterday by Happy. And knowing that his opponent is Focus, or any Asian orc, made things a lot easier. Because you don't have to prep for this. You don't have to spend a single minute thinking about how you outplay your opponent. You just play your standard. And that's enough. So, all the energy towards Happy. Love how the Pally Rifle players got so much more stable in their early game that they are not even thinking about a tower anymore. Even against wolves. Unpopular opinion, Holy Light should also work as a dispel. Oh, so the banish automatically ends? I think it should nerf. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, are we going Panda again? Or are we trying something different?
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, 3 XP. Whoopsie. Unnecessary. Get the first attack upgrade early. That is lovely. We have a headhunter going towards the tavern. This could be cool. So we don't have to pull back. Focus is the Cantina band. Or Starbuck. Yeah. This entire series is very much the Cantina band. I agree.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, we're waiting for the burrow and tech to finish. Panda it is. Unfortunately, Starbuck is also able to produce units, but this time there's 2 rifles hurt. 1 Holy Light used, not ideal. So yeah, we blast our mana. Yeah, the way to play, we blast our mana. We pull back Panda and Headhunter. We oh, nice lasted. We continue to harass with the Farsia and creep the bear up to 3. Here we go. Blast the mana. Oh, no, he's pulling back. Do we have a shop already?
No. A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, ambitious. Seems like he can't find an opening with the Panda towards the rifles because Starbuck's movement is too good. Uses a breath to secure the kill. Big mana potion. Alright. Waiting for the breath cooldown. Starbuck knows it, of course, as well. We are at 1. He pulls back. Only 2 targets. Starbuck has played against Breath of Fire before, man. It is clearly noticeable. Alright. With the mana potion, more damage. Still no shot. There's also no reason to march forward when the panda is so low. Oh, sorry, I'm getting so critical, but it makes no sense to march forward with the panda when there's no breath of fire ready, and then he takes the shots from the rifles, and then he's up at 100 HP once again. Like, oh man, this is a disaster. And focus pulls back. Do we even need a shop? I mean, there's a heal scroll that he used, so we don't have to pull back, don't have to build a shop. Casually walking to the store for the heal scroll. Yeah, I like that too, dude. Like, what are you going to do to me, dude? It's just like... Oh, this is such a disappointing series. From the Orcs perspective, of course. Pally Rifle University, celebrate! Celebrate all you want. But I think for that, Soul 8 minutes streaming, right? Man, there's zero improvement compared to yesterday, unfortunately. Also, it feels like lack of preparation by Focus to not realize that Starbuck's Pally Rifle is way ahead of Sock's Pally Rifle. Absolute gift for Starbuck, this lower bracket. Nice, forcing him into an invoke potion. Still holding on to the big healing. Holy... Oh, heal score is enough, of course. Yep. Thank you, Focus, for saving us all some time. That was similar to the Starbucks series versus Soin. Very disappointing. Not enough prep. No adjustments. No improvements. For a well-deserved. Clean play by Starbuck. Barely missing a beat. Barely missing a Holy Light throughout the entire series. Did someone check his stream if he played with one hand or two? Quick fall. Neos and Drain and Sokol is confirmed for 2030. Should I tell Mark 1930? That would be awesome, Sharky.
WC3 forever.
Nesk, what's up? Thank you. All right. Now we face a monster against Pally Rifle. And now things are getting interesting. And now the story is a little bit different. How much work did Starbuck put in against the adjustments that Happy did against him with Archmage and also Pally Rifle? I said at the beginning. I said it yesterday. I said it at the beginning of the cast. It's kind of like a foregone conclusion that Focus gets third. And if everything goes according to plan here, Happy whooped Starbuck's ass again. But maybe Starbuck has a different plan. It's a complete shift in storytelling. Focus was the one having to do the homework. His dog ate it or something. I don't know. But did Starbuck prepare? And knowing him, I'd say the answer is yes. Last time, in B Cup 16, Starbuck won the winner bracket. Happy came Omega prepared for the grand final. and turned it all around. Now, we'll see where this goes. Isn't it crazy? We got 2 Western players in the final. Second time in a row. Second time in a row. This is freaking hype, man. What's greater, your happy fanboy love or the hate against Pele Rifle? Well, I'm actually not that much of a happy fanboy, and I'm actually also only a hater for the Blood Mage. Actually. Happy isn't Western, he's extraterrestrial. This is, by the way, why they called Moon in China like Andromeda or something. That was his nickname. How to donate for the W3 Champions Finals. What a great segue.
Happy weekend, Rare Parrot.
My dude. You type in exclamation mark W3CFinals. And then you add up on a Matcherino page, which looks like this. Pew! And then you click on contribute. And then you put in whatever you want to contribute. You have to log in first, but there's plenty of ways to log in. W3 Champions Finals are starting today. Wildcard qualifier today. Tomorrow and the day after. We got close qualifiers. And the next weekend, the main event. Where Leon is going to tear everyone apart. That's how you do it. Thank you, Manitou. And thank you for the parrot. Great patch notes video on YouTube. Thank you, Genki. A lot of people are on a very different opinion. But appreciate you appreciating me. Quick, W3 Champions Finals winner. Leon, I hope not everything you do is that quick. Tricky. Grubby always brings some good analysis, but Neo's review are my favorite so far. Oh, yes, please, I need that. Heal my soul with comments like this. Wait a minute. I am a bit confused about what's going on right now. They're in the map pick and ban process. And oh shit, maybe I shouldn't show the thing. So the admin lists the maps and tells Happy to ban, and Happy bans Twisted. And then the admin lists the maps and tells Starbuck to ban one map, and Starbuck bans Autumn Leaves. And then the admin says map 1 is Amazonia. Huh? Did they just randomly draw the first map? Is that how it works? If that's the case, that's bullshit. How many maps are in the pool? 9. I don't get this. We did get a contribution towards the W3CFinals. I think your name is Anton? It is Cyrillic, so I don't know, but Anton seems likely. Thank you. Explain why a random map is bad. So usually you have like the 9 maps and then 2 of them gets vetoed, and that is always the best map for the other player, right? And then there's 7 maps remaining. And usually the players would now take turns to pick their favorite maps. And then you have 3 maps for Starbuck and 3 maps for Happy, and the one that nobody wanted to ban and nobody wanted to pick is the starting map, which is the neutral map. But if you make it random, it could be a very good map for Happy, and it could be a very good map for Starbuck. And then the remaining map is not as neutral as it usually is. I don't understand this. Maybe they've... Oh, they have a different system where the first map is randomed and then it loses choice from all the others. Will probably not decide the outcome of this final. One minute, they say. All right. Let's have ourselves a recap then. This is the last series of the B Cup 17. $8,300 on the line. It is the same final as we had in the winner's final, which is the same final and winner's final that we had in B Cup 16. It is Happy versus Starbuck. No Asian player came close to any of them. No Asian player could defeat them. Happy arrived here with wins over Lucy, with wins over Leon, Focus, Sock, and yesterday Starbuck. He is currently in series undefeated, but that doesn't mean he's undefeatable at all. Losses to Focus, losses to Sock, also map loss to Starbuck, and Lucy and Leon came super close to taking maps off of him. Starbuck took the group stage over Chic and Foggy. Had then a mega dominant run versus Soin, also versus Lawlight. It was 2 close maps that were very entertaining, but up until yesterday, he was the most dominant player in this tournament. And he started super well with the 1-0 on Tide Hunters with Archmage first, and then Happy went on a tear. Holy moly, it wasn't even close anymore. It feels like we need the big birds. Best of 7, everybody. Who is the winner of the biggest online tournament, biggest regular online tournament we have in the scene? Happy versus Bucky, Aurora Gaming versus Phantom Aces. Tell your friends. This is currently the best online Warcraft that we got in the scene. It is the question after Starbuck has demolished Focus with 4-0 in 1 hour and 10 minutes. What is it that we're going to see? Happy has a clean track record, almost clean track record versus Starbuck. The last results are mostly in favor of Happy. 4-1, 4-0. Only the last B Cup final was a win for Starbuck, but that was happy with a very, very, very different playstyle, especially versus Pally Rifle. Let's go, everybody. This is map number 1. Autumn leaves to kick things off, and that is Pally Rifle territory. Yesterday, we've seen the same. And then we fought in the middle, and Starbuck lost 3 rifles, and he could have tapped out right there. Didn't. First to 4 is the champion with the high amount of prize money. Happy can do everything exactly the same way as yesterday. Did I say Autumn leaves? It's Amazonia, of course. He can do everything exactly the same way as he did yesterday, up until Starbuck has a new challenge prepared for him.
Happy v Bucky, let's go.
Let's
so hyped.
go indeed. Good to see your hype celebrated with the Prime sub. The best way to show your hype. It is creepy. It is ghouls. Will you expand on Amazonia? That is very, very tough. And Starbuck has shown, in general, good timings against Crypt Lord expansions. Especially with Pally Rifle. Happy is scouting. He did this on selected maps yesterday. Not always. But for the beginning of the series, I like this. It's also a quick scout. We have a ring. I feel small spikes, but it should be fine. I hope the stream is fine. So we have the fast Pally once again, the Helpstone Paladin. We get level 2 immediately, and Happy is working on an expo. Clean. Mud Golem's dead. Big consumable here. Throw the beast. Okay-ish. It's of course no big mana potion. Since this camp is so tough, it will take some time, and the rush distance from north to south is very minimal. We wall off a little bit. Hopefully I'm not lagging in a fight. This is the map where the legendary Babs meme was created. Alright, Happy is contesting the middle. Starbuck again, similar to Verse Focus. Adamant of taking the kobolds, and he's getting impaled. He is getting surrounded. And it's again an early rifle kill. Happy is vicious. But hey, in comparison to yesterday, this is only 1 rifle dead and not 3. So we wanted Starbuck to improve. It's an improvement of 2 rifles. That's solid. But yeah, the big... Oh my god, he has so many skeletons! Starbuck unwilling to take this trade, losing his TP right away, and that's the kobold spot for Happy for sure. My god, this aggression! Ruthless! And when you lose a rifle, and your HP, and your creep spot, and your TP early on, how are you supposed to pressure the undead expansion? It's up almost. Thing is, if you don't contest the Crypt Lord ghouls, they'll be infesting your base.
A player's forces are under attack.
That was a heavy punish of the kobold. With Bash, always a lot of things can go wrong. Happy reads the game pretty much perfectly. Has no impale right now, but is kinda close, and the trappers are helping. Beetle Scouts gets killed. This is the second rifle, isn't it? Okay, he's of the opinion that he wants this surround to stay a little bit longer to open up damage potential for the other rifles, which absolutely need another Holy Light. This grand final so far goes in only one direction. The surrounds by Happy are unreal. Yes, he has a lot of stuff, but he gets them done every single time. And now, by now, it's an even disaster, as even worse, maybe, than what we had yesterday. He's able to stay here. Bruised, but not beaten. Level 3.5 Pally. Not bad. But Happy's fortifications are grande. Tower's not up yet. How do you crack? I don't think you do. Trying to run away from a narrow tower. Hi, yi. Feels bad, man. And now the infestation starts. Starbuck trying to get ready, but he doesn't have a lumber mill, so it's only arcane towers. And arcane towers don't do anything to ghoul. They do a lot to skeletons and beetles. Still Happy unwilling to commit. Wonder if he couldn't have gone for the altar to Happy with the Zeppelin. Let's go. He's a bit hurt, but there's nothing here really. That means a couple of ghouls are missing, but yeah, things are getting scary here as we're attacking the workers. Starbuck has to own the fight with the Blood Mage. It is a wonderful distraction with the lack of a lumber mill. Happy is getting so much value out of these plays while mining on 2 bases. He's just here to distract. Scary Happy. He's just getting better and better with every day. I expected grand counters by Starbuck, but maybe the counters will be coming with Archmage maps. Maybe there isn't that much room for improvement for the Pally Rifle anymore. We'll see about that. Crypt Lord home. Blood Mage is soaking up a lot of damage as he's the easiest target to heal when you're in position. Wait. What? He didn't use the Holy Light for the Blood Mage and allows him the towers to kill him. You know, when I see this happening to someone like Starbuck in a freaking grand final, think, okay, maybe it was on purpose. But it's a huge loss of momentum. It is only level 1, but yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Rifle still getting owned by just mass everything. There is quite some variety in this army, right? Skeletons, beetles, ghouls. 3 different units. Starbuck is trying to split a little bit here, but without the Blood Mage, he doesn't have mana anymore. Huge mistake to not have the Blood Mage around. There's an Impale at the perfect time. Gets a double kill. Wow, there was this tiny window of opportunity and Happy, of course, uses it to the fullest.
The town is under siege.
Can we prevent the DK? Tower is coming. It's a classic Pally Rifle timing. Switching to the real army. Ghouls are coming in. Little bit of a pincer attack here by Happy. It feels like there's not much scaling happening anymore. No expansion, no casters. Just a paladin, a blood mage, the rifles, and a shop. Happy has 10 ghouls still though. And he's just pressing forward. Again, if you buy a mana potion as a pally rifle player, something's going wrong. We don't see much mana siphon. We don't see much opportunity for the mana siphon because it's only the Crypt Lord that has mana. Now the DK as well.
Players' forces are under attack.
Bush is still alive, so. Unfortunately, for Starbuck, he couldn't kill the altar before the tier 3 or before the DK comes out.
The town is under siege.
Still so many ghouls. This game almost looked over twice, with the rifles falling, with the blood mage falling. Around again. Dude, at some point, it was a game against Fortitude on Northern Isles. Happy just simply perfected surrounds. But we're still containing. We get the towers up. Happy, as so often, is rebuilding at his expansion. 15 ghouls!
Players' forces are under attack.
We got Ghoul Frenzy ready. We got the next crypt ready. We cancel the towers at the perfect timing. And now good luck with your single target against this many ghouls. Happy was taking hit after hit after hit, and now he's unleashing the undead tier 3 power. You might be able to use a holy light here and there, and the banish maybe 2 out of 3 saves. Not bad, not bad at all, but nearly, not nearly enough to even threaten Happy. This map goes in one direction and one direction only. Stutter stepping is good. We got our Zergling versus Marine Warcraft again. But without a heal scroll. What do you do? Paladin's close to level 5, which would be amazing to get the Devotion Aura. But on the other side, we got Impale 3 with a little bit of mana, which he could pass him with the potion. There we go. Oh, that's big damage. That's big damage! 1 kill! Ah, not getting the second. Ah, there we go. And the Beetle's in the perfect spot. Oh my god. Plays around to cool down. Here's the Lich. Game is over. And Happy has solved Pally Rifle. Last time in B Cup, in the grand final, he has portrayed this exact solution to the Pally Rifle strategy. And in a month, nobody was able to match him. Mass Ghouls. Crypt Lord, Mass Ghouls. Do you believe me now when I say that Pally Rifle is dead? And it's not Blizzard's fault. It's Happy's fault. Very, very well done. Again, Starbuck's games of versus Happy are falling apart in the early game. Three rifle kills again. This can't happen. This cannot happen to us, Happy. Good thing is, well, I feel like Starbuck wants to play Archmage now, unlike last time. So I'm curious what he picks now. What we haven't seen and what worked tremendously well versus Happy is Socks Rifles. Socks Archmage Rifles. Archmage Water Elemental Footman against an expansion, then the transition to rifles in either one base tier 3 or tier 2 expo. Happy had quite some issues with that. Happy with Cryptlord, Ghouls, Beetles, it's like the surrounds are unlike anything we've ever seen before. What an athlete Happy is. Happy is now on a 9-map win streak versus Starbuck. Five of these games were Pally Rifle. So, a little bit of an issue, huh? Yesterday, Starbuck was able to win the first map. But it is a couple of maps where you can only play a Paladin. Amazonia is one of these, I think. Turtle Rock would be another. Big challenges ahead. Five in a row, not 9. Bartosz, you tried to be smart. But I am once again smarter than you. What is this? Oh, Starbuck won the one. In the winner bracket. Shit, you're right. Shit. I'm not smarter than you. I'm a fucking idiot. I apologize dearly. Bartosz, you're right. There was the one map. There was the one map. Well, he's 9-1. 9-1. I just misspoke. It's 9-1. Oops. Oops. Should start in like 2 minutes or so. Happy isn't even in the lobby yet. Oh, he is. He's in an observer slot. Taking a little break. Why not? Yeah, I think after what I've seen today, yesterday, and in the grand final of B Cup 16, Starbuck's Pally Rifle aren't scaling anymore. Happy is too crazy against it. And Archmage Griffins is the only way. I'd be very surprised to see next level Pally Rifle. Because of course we have seen Pally Rifle into Griffins. That has been a thing on lower levels. But against Happy? How? When? Against like 15 ghouls, when do you... And an expansion on the undead side. When do you push to tier 3? When do you click that button? We prepared a strategy with Starbuck for ST. Let's see if it's going to work. ... The ... makes me believe that you're not that confident. Okay, Happy has taken the player slot. We're getting ready. Just waiting for the go on the broadcast. We got 2 streams today, by the way. W3CFinals wildcard qualifier tonight, 6 p.m. Hey Neo, whenever my 8-month-old girl looks at the screen and you're shown, she smiles, lol, fangirl. Maybe she likes clowns? I don't know. Hello. Probably just making fun of me. Thank you for sharing that, mate. Game time. Can Starbuck break the 5-0 win streak of Happy? Springtime. Save Orcas said they prepared for this. Can you prepare for one who has no life? Undead King Happy. 3 maps away from another B Cup title. Starbuck in his 2nd international grand final. After reaching, slowly but steady, top 16, top 8, top 4, top 3. In B Cup 16, finally the final. I can't imagine he's still getting a bit nervous before grand finals. He's not been there too many times. And look at this. Archmage it is. Springtime was IMO, the home of Peli Rifle, alongside Shot Rock. So Archmage it is. And Sock was... Yo, Passion, what's up? Thank you. Woo. Sock was successful with Archmage rifles here. With the tier 2X. Let's see if we just copy Sock. Or what the improvement is. It is once again for Happy Cryptlord Ghouls. That must be the point of attack. How do you counter Cryptlord Ghouls? It's not necessarily the ultimate...
Neo, hey, I've got a question. I know that you discuss possible patch changes a lot with Dondolair. But I assume you have a group in Discord where you invited trusted people for discussion balance. If you do have, who are among those people? Thanks.
Thank you, Paradox, for the €3. So, Cryptlord, not necessarily the best opening hero per se, but it's so much stability against Archmage and also Paladin. And that's why it's currently the #1 pick. The opener for Happy seems always the same. Instant Expo 3 farm plus a creep plus instant harass. Saliano, thank you for the sub. Level 1 harass, huh? Okay, very, very aggressive. I like the change of tempo. There's no impale yet. Happy has to go for vanilla surrounds if he wants to threaten this Archmage away. Who, of course, cannot rely on too much mana regen as he doesn't have a Brilliance Aura. So this one Water Elemental has to do quite a job. Tier 2 tech is running. Yes, this looks similar-ish to what Sock did. And the most important thing here... Oh, we'll kill. The most important thing here... There's no expo. This camp isn't even finished. And Happy realizes what's up. Wait a minute. You're sacrificing 2 levels? You are here? Not at your expo? High tech as well. Oh, careful, buddy. Bucky. Yes, I like that so far. We will see if sacrificing level 2 is the way to go. But he's surely trading. Gets another ghoul. That is number 2. Both denies, but this one very hurt. Holla! Is there enough damage from a level 1 Archmage? Is the next question. If there's one surround, Archmage is dead. Love the creeping. This took some time to get the necessary lumber and the freedom to use Militia again. Now with Brilliant Aura, constant pressure. If Happy gets Impale, you're probably out of there in a second. And I like that Starbuck is not getting baited into Cryptnode surrounds, despite there not being a town portal anymore. This might work against 1-0, but surely not against Happy. 1 kill away from Impale, that changes the entire dynamic. Happy was... Oh, he's trying now, huh? But Happy's counter block. Great. One base human undead. Unbelievable. Starbuck has the better level, Starbuck has the better tech. We go Mountain King. Such a sweet surround again. We do kill some beetles, that's all more XP. Can Starbuck deny? He was a little bit too early there. Nasty how he closes that surround within a second. I don't think he denied that beetle. But okay, 2 footmen down. If Starbuck's idea is, and Happy has the scout beetle out for that, to tier 2 expand, Happy reads this well. Power build on the Sanctum. Beetle here. Yeah, he's expecting a tier 2 expansion. So smart. Instant kit towers. Archmage to the side. Interesting to see what Happy is doing now. Moving to his expansion immediately. On tier 2, you are able to get one of negation against water elementals, and especially against level 1 water elementals. This will help a lot. We've seen it yesterday. But Happy is no stranger to this item. I think this is an incredibly important moment of this series right now. If this works the way it worked for Sock, Starbuck is in a good position and we have a contested final. If that's not the case, and this strategy doesn't work either, what's the third plan? Uh-oh, Impale. Clap! Very early clap. That priest killed immediately. How many ghouls can he take out? Starbuck has a TP. Next clap. Not too bad, actually. He gets out! He gets out! The bear is still angry for being woken up. Oh, I think this worked well. Oh, this is promising. 2 level 1 claps means, of course, a lot of mana. He still wants to contest this Ogre Magi somehow. priests early versus beetles with dispel, but the dispel timing wasn't there yet. Oh, save orcas, I like what you've been cooking up. It surely isn't perfect, but it does the job. It takes away ghouls, and ghouls are so oppressive. You're trading footmen, which is, I guess, fine. Losing the shop here. Also, not ideal. The shop, I mean, the creeps and the item. Not perfect, but... Expo up.
Players' forces are under attack.
And now pump up the jam, my boy. Lots and lots and lots of rifles. Happy has arrived on tier 3 without a counter expansion. I don't know if this is necessarily to be expected. And maybe the second Drax is a bit too late, but looking at the resources, there was not much time to build it earlier. And where do you attack? Not a single tower in the main. Very, very, very fragile. Yep, I like this. If you have resources, spend them. Cryptlord DK Lich, but 2 of these heroes only level 1. Destroyer for creeping. Loses mana now before the final attack. This has to be a final attack. But what is this defense force? 3 rifles. 3 priests. Start with a pause, please. Hey, save orcas. I'm in a bit of a desperate situation. What can I do now? Mana. Not having level 3 Archmage. Lich is a freaking beast. We also had a pause in the Happy vs. Sock series exactly at that point. Maybe trying to recreate it. He's getting dinner out of the oven. Watch his stream. Here we go. Oh my, the guard tower is melting. The impact is perfect. Can you engage better into the situation that Happy has done here? We'll see about that. Ghouls hunting the backline, trying to take out the rifles. 2 destroyer up. Mana is running out soon if no new water elementals are summoned. There's one that can be dispelled. But you know, just because it was more or less perfect doesn't mean that it's enough. And Starbuck holds and continues mining. And we got bits. 175. Thank you, Tommy. Happy plan B.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still 3 rifles, 3 priests. Do you need tier 3 as a human at some point? Tanky MK, love to see it. Happy coming back. Second attack. No mana this time, but also no towers. This time the destroyers only tickle until you absorb the mana from the statue. TP again. Focus fire on the Destro immediately. Nova is sick. Mana on the Cryptlord actually a bit worrying. And the statue is not on mana. It's on healing. Workers might suffer a little bit, but as long as you can touch the rifles, this is fine. And Starbuck with his tier 2 army is building more and more rifles, and he's getting more and more answers to the destroyers. Ooh, save orcas, your plan is... Are you charging for your coaching, my dude? Are you getting a share? You should, if this works. Scout with the priests. Eh. Now we got level 3s. The ghouls are gone. Happy got a watch award. Still no expo. Happy is transitioning into double slaughterhouse A-bombs. Versus Sock, he played 13 A-bombs. Which were counted by Griffins, which was not that great. But he did. There was, of course, 2 base. Dicey situation from Happy. It is second priest. It's getting a bit expensive. If Starbuck can find the time for tier 3, it's probably over. If Happy can find the time for a meaningful number of abominations and meaningful levels, it might also be over. Impale and Nova should be the hard counter.
Player's forces are under attack.
Oh, lovely how he realizes that the main base is unprotected. Another priest! Oh. More creeping and no TP. There is no way for Starbuck to do anything about it except maybe evacuate? Is that the only thing he can do? But since he's... Oh, I was about to say since he's 2 base, 1 base, maybe this works, but the Beatles! Oh, all of a sudden Starbuck in trouble. Happy again. Strategic genius. But we have a rifle push coming in with a lot of rifles. Who's doing it better? Who's base racing better? For rifles, you don't have any tech requirement outside of blacksmith, which is protected. More and more beetles. This means the priest was able to dispel it. As long as Starbuck is getting income, he might be fine. Happy with the TP. Mountain King aiming for the clap. Doesn't really find it. Brilliance Aura 2, by the way. Archmage is primarily feeding into this Mountain King and the casters. For this spell against the Beetles, and of course, for the claps. What a game. Starbuck down to 1 base, but has still income. Level 4 Mountain King. Can aim from afar now. That coil looked meaningless almost. Happy charging up with all the ghouls, all the A-bombs. We need insane rifle control now. And Starbuck has a chance here, but he might just have this one chance. The spell against the water elementals, piercing damage for ghouls is amazing. Same can be said against destroyers. 1 micro to the side. We have Spirit Towers coming up. Impale, great. But that was probably the second last one. Starbuck on 46 food though. And the coil is way better. It was used now. If he's a little lucky, no Invo Potion. They're able to save the Lich. Archmage in trouble. Invo on the Dwarf. Archmage in the dirt. And as good as this game looked, Starbuck has to tap out with the new idea and the new strategy. Happy is able to make adjustments mid-game. And that was too much. As the expansion was ravaged at the same time. Happy, more clever. The expo not protected enough. The base not protected enough. There was always a way for the cockroaches to get through. And springtime goes to Happy. 2-0. 6 wins in a row. For Happy versus Bucky. 3 priests killed in the mid game for pretty much nothing. Exposed base, exposed expo. Maybe all of that summed up to a little bit too much. Maybe defense in tier 3 is the better way to go. It felt like, was it necessary to move into the middle? To the left-hand side orange camp? He surely was out of position and unable to respond to Beetle Harass and the push into the main. Tough. Happy's halfway there to yet another B Cup win. He has won 4 gold medals, 2 silver medals. The past 2 seasons went to Happy. The last one who could beat him was 1-0. Happy School Beetle play is reaching new levels, it seems like, every week. Impressive. Impressive. Whether that's split pushes or surrounds, like in both directions, he's getting better and better. Is there another plan? The early expo, the early expo harass worked well. I think that's the way to go. Once Happy gets more income, you're probably dead against all the ghouls. But then is there a way to get it? Like, the lack of level 2 hurt. The footman losses hurt. But then, can you play more defensive? Can you build towers? Feels like 2 towers at the expo was alright, but can you afford 2 towers in the main? On top of that? This is so tight-knit. Everything. Hammerfall it is. Doesn't make a difference. The towers? Or what? I water!
Thanks, Bezos, for making this all possible.
Exactly. Thank you, thank you. Towers don't make a difference. Yeah. If he's not losing the 3 priests and has 1 at the expo earlier, so he doesn't have to deal with it, that would help. It's about getting pressure on Happy. So you think it's better that to stay on tier 2 than go tier 3 like Sock did? Which was, it was a different game. It was 2 ways, 2 ways. Maybe not comparable at all. NJW, boom!
Thank you, Neo, for the great commentary. Keep up the hard work, less than 3.
Let's go! Thank you! Crypto's Giga Chat was Rifleman. Yeah, that is true! But you surely need them to hold the 50 food push. That's why we play Double Sanctum with mass Spellbreakers. Oh, wow. That's interesting. But how do Spellbreakers win against Ghouls A-bombs? I feel like as a human, you have to get Griffins at some point. If, like, mass rifles, if you get a lot of heal scrolls, can work. As it did for Sock. Sorks. They counter A-bombs. Yeah. Okay, and then you have clap against ghouls. Hmm. Lizard and clap.
Neo, my wife says she sees you so often on our living room TV. She feels she knows you better than me now.
She probably knows me better than I know myself. Thank you, Tim. Greetings to the wife. Sorry, I guess. Hope it's not too annoying. This is probably my favorite matchup of the past 2 years. Because there's so much development. And so many different army compositions. Since Happy 40 Tight Hunters in Dubai, man, I am so in love with Human Undead. It can look one-sided at times. But there's always adjustments. Unlike Undead vs. Orc, which is the same for 2 years and it's boring. Starbuck had the Borek in the oven, so he was distracted. Now he can play freely. Yeah, hopefully, mate, hopefully. Why would you put something in the oven when you play a grand final? The hell? Game up. Because he played with, then eat later! Food. No! Our overlay doesn't work. Fuck! I use Flow TV. Unacceptable. Unacceptable to have a grand final without overlay. This will take 3 minutes. No, 2.5 minutes. But better than wait 2.5 additional minutes than to not have overlay. Hey, yes, you sub for this. You sub so you don't get the ads we're playing now. Alright, Hammerfall is the map. What's the play? It surely is Archmage again. And I think Happy doesn't scout then. Happy probably expanding 6 o'clock. What happened? Sometimes our overlay bugs and doesn't realize that a game was closed. And it needs the game, like it needs to realize that the game is closed, otherwise it keeps the information of the previous game and only displays that without getting the kick of having to grab the information from the ongoing match. And this is what happens. And this is why I had to leave. And wait for Flow TV now. Why did you leave the game? Are you deaf? The last 2 sentences I said explained exactly that. Viewers, man. Sorry, what did you just say? F you, ghost! 50 seconds. Yeah. Dude, there will be a time when I just stop talking on stream. You're not listening anyway. Thank you, Buddha.
Goodbye, ad.
Let's go. Yes, I'm quitting Warcraft completely. I have enough. 15 seconds. Three seconds. Let's go. Amazonia didn't work. Springtime didn't work. The turnaround must start on Hammerfall. Otherwise, you're down 3 maps against Happy and defending 4 match points against the best Warcraft player there is. Seems impossible. Happy on the left. Starbuck on the right. It is an Archmage play. Can you play the same as you did on Springtime? It's a bit questionable, isn't it? Rush distance is surely bigger. Maybe Starbuck's best shot, since he put a lot of emphasis on heal scrolls, is to either here or here, depending on where Happy is expanding, set up a siege, control the shop, operate with heal scrolls, and play the game from there. With the 1 base push or 2 base push, I don't really mind. I feel like rifles are a way to go. At first. I don't hate Leon's suggestion to add Spellbreakers and Sorks. The #1 solution would be Griffins against pretty much everything. But getting there is so hard. That's the tricky point. Must be frustrating as a human. You know you have the answer in your arsenal. You just can't access it. It's like knowing that you have a USB stick with a lot of Bitcoin on it from like 2005. But you don't know where you put it or you lost the password. Speaking of Bitcoin, you can also send us cryptocurrency, by the way. Back to warcraft.com/support. Gloves of Haste. The one game that Starbuck won yesterday was Tidehunters, where he found 2 claws immediately. That was a huge help. And Happy is expanding north. That was to be expected. Love this little poke. Forces Happy to react. Breaks his concentration a little bit. Starbuck expanding bottom. I don't think it's that much to be expected. Usually the humans pull out the golem. That makes it a little easier. That's also why Happy was scouting here first, but he can just deduct from there, right? If you're not on the right-hand side, you are surely at the 6 o'clock. But he sends it all back. Feels like the hunt is on both sides. Starbuck's movement is very tricky. I like that. I like that a lot. So he fooled Happy into thinking that there is an expansion, sent the militia back. That kept the Crypt Lord ghouls busy, so they couldn't start a fight. And that's a lot of mana. Oh, Water Elemental. Water Elemental. He's not summoning a Water Elemental. Oh, he's waiting for level 3. He was creeping at the green. Yeah, that is a cancel. 1000%, is it not? Happy trying to surround, but it's still in range. Dances away with the horsey. And all that Happy can get is a bit of XP for the Water Elemental and 1 footman. Well played. Very well played. That was phenomenal army movement. He's blocking to summon another Water Elemental to put pressure on a ghoul. Happy re-expanding immediately. Starbuck now also having the confidence for Town Hall. Well, the Beetle was scouting all of this in the main. Can he do it again? Is 1 cancel enough?
player's forces are under attack.
Archmage mana limited. Happy with the ghoul squad. Pulls it to the middle though. Wait a second. 5 footies? 40%? Let's see. This is not too many ghouls, not too many beetles, and 2 water elementals for defense here. I think the more important question is, will Happy hold? I keep my camera on the haunted gold mine. When that disappears, you know it's been cancelled. Water elementals in a good spot, but where are the workers? He still has 2. He needs to finish this. Haunted gold mine apparently still up. This is a huge delay. Now it's been cancelled. Huge delay on both sides once again. Happy not teching. Starbuck not teching. Poor workers, man. Have to work next to an army of the dead. Can he somehow finish this? New summons. More water elementals. Archmage has solid sustain. Can't afford too many right clicks. Powerful, powerful Crypt Lord. Almost walking into a surround. Another worker. Lumber is miserable. And Happy with great targeting. Starbuck knows, thanks to a Watch Award, there's another Haunted Gold Mine. In the series versus Sock and also on Titanus, Happy lost the Crypt Lord quite a bit. It's not the case here. Starbucks, Archmage is in trouble. The workers are in trouble. He needs the second Town Hall. He can't finish it. He can't finish it. Happy's worker harass is perfect. There's only 8 workers left. Are you kidding me, Dimitri Kostin? This is so close to perfection. He still can't finish it. This is brutal. One more hit, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, the footmen were hugging the workers, but finally production can start. What about Happy's Expo? 60%? Is there any way? Woo, level 4. The question was, is there any way to punish the Expo in the north? I don't think so. Crazy new prioritization. So much focus of beetles and ghouls on the workers, so the town hall can never finish. 1 attack or 2 attacks and Archmage is dead. Lumber is looking way better for Happy. The tech will start way earlier for Happy. Or should, at least. Yeah, there we go. I feel like we're kind of missing, like we're just waiting for the knockout punch. Due to all the worker kills, there was no time for a shop. There only is now. Expansion was so costly, not only in like structure cost, but workers and time. Goes to the shop. Yeah, perfect. This is mental. There's a little bit of natural HP regen, so the Archmage is looking better than he did a minute ago. Oh, would he love to have a Shadow Priest now, wouldn't he? Tech has started. This is not too late. Archmage level 4, Brilliance Aura level 2. Is that the same? Usually at this point, the human would love to go to the middle, grab a Shredder and a Zeppelin, but you, my good sir, are in no condition to go anywhere. And from here on out, Happy's war machine is just running and running and running. Was the second cancel worth it? Yeah, 100%. Big time struggle in the grand final. Big time struggle.
A player's forces are under attack.
He made it to a healthy Archmage. He will have 2 Water Elementals. There is 2 Nerubian. Oh, and the Spirit Tower also. He is distracting a little bit, Starbuck is. But what can you possibly attack? Ghouls are hurt. There's only 1 tower here, but Crypt Lord sells the dagger, gets the mana pot. Of course, more Impale, more Beetles, more defense. And Fiends for damage. This will be incredibly tough to crack. But the potential for Griffins is on the table. That's gotta be it. Starbuck's lumber is again miserable without a shredder. With the mana potion heal scroll in full hand, he was able to afford so much. And the DK arrives, and the double slaughterhouse are coming up.
Are under attack.
Castle Tech started with 250 lumber in the bank. Griffin Aviaries went. I feel like given the situation, after the expansions were up, Starbuck is playing this almost as good as he can. Can't lose the Archmage. Relatively easy. Mountain King arrives. Finally, time for some kills. Onto the Fiends immediately. Weaken the future anti-air. Archmage caught with an Impale! No, this is a disaster! Happy punishes him so hard. The next perfect Impale. I don't know how many of these we've seen in the past couple of days. And he wanted to bank a lot of money for the Griffins, but the Griffins aren't coming. Similar to the winner bracket. Starbuck goes Knights and tries to go Workshop, but for a Workshop, you need a Blacksmith. So if Starbuck lured Happy into thinking that it's Griffins, is he going heavy on Fiends and that can be punished by Knights and that's the thinking? Or was the Blacksmith just delayed? It's gonna be lots of Knights. Happy is far ahead. Going Knights means that the Crypt Lord still has relevance. Another scroll.
Player's forces are under attack.
Levels aren't too far apart, but it's still very close to a level 2 DK. He's gonna get that now. Item superiority as so often. Can Starbuck get at least 1 heal scroll? Goes for the invuln. Lich, Frenzy, Destros, push. There's 1 tower. How many gyros?
1. A player's forces are under
1. It almost feels like Happy's enjoying this. Keeps his opponent on a long arm. Lets him suffer a little bit more. He'd be a Bolton in Game of Thrones. The Ramsay kind of type. Oh my god, that nuke! TP during Impale, lucky Mountain King. Starbuck ties up the supply. Not the level. Not at all. 4 or 5 gyros.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh my, you can't afford these losses. Alright. No fortification. No towers. Full surface area. Free gyros. There's no end. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a disaster. Starbuck's off. Starbuck's locked out. Complete disaster. Starbuck's falling apart. Game 2 was probably the most important one psychologically. Happy outplays him hard again, like in the winner bracket. And then now we see a lot of unforced errors. For Happy fans, this series is a feast. This tournament is a feast. And for Starbuck fans, it's painful. Four match points. Maybe for the mental, maybe for future tournaments, it would be great for to Starbuck to get one. To get one map at least, as he did in the winner bracket. Springtime surely was the best situation. We go into Concealed Hill now. Historically a solid air map. But whatever Starbuck throws at him, Happy defends it perfectly. Every question is answered perfectly. This tournament feels like Happy is once again by far the best player in the world and the only one who has the potential. Well, there's two players with the potential to compete with him, R40 and Lin. But we're waiting for DWCC, where both will be in the tournament. It's relatively easy right now for Starbuck to fall apart even further. But I'm sure he's gonna try. Imagine the story if he reverse sweeps Happy, if it finally clicks now. And he gets the trades done. Concealed, as said, is a Griffin map historically, but also in the hands of a Fortitude, and recently a Sock. It's been a Pally Rifle push map. And we haven't seen that yet. I think there has to be special rules now, like Happy can't use one of his index fingers in tourneys. Bro, Happy would win this with his feet at this point. He could do the lava. I don't think a finger here matters. It's a lot about decision making. He's so good in decision making. It's crazy. It's crazy how he always. If there was a couple of matches where he pulled the incorrect amount of ghouls and then couldn't get an expo cancel and exposed his economy and also his bases at home. This is not happening anymore, I feel. It's always the right number of ghouls at the right time, at the right place. It's mental. His micro is just wild. I don't think his micro is his biggest asset anymore. That was the case a couple of years ago. Not saying that he has bad micro or not the best micro. But I think decision making wins over micro. On a competitive. The Ice Cold Killer moves into his third consecutive B Cup win. And Starbuck has a Herculean task ahead of him. The second grand final in a row that he'd be losing with 4-0. If he doesn't put his name on the board now. This is the map that counts. And everyone after. It's only important if you lose the last map of the series. That's the only important map in the series, the last one. It's good. Alta Rex means Archmage build. And this is surely gonna be a Crypt Lord again. Could be Lich actually, but I think Crypt Lord is just too solid. Why change? Why change? It was a very nice play though, when he was busting out the Lich on Echo Owls versus Sock in the decisive series. Sock was down 0-2 and then tied it up to 2-2. So it's not like Happy is undefeatable. That was just 3 days ago, where he was facing the lower bracket. It was really close. He had match points against it. No, guys. At the beginning of the day, I was wondering, oh my god, hopefully B-Cup will finish before the War 3 Champions wildcard tonight. And now we got a 4-0 in the lower bracket. And we're cruising towards a 4-0 in the upper bracket. But let the RNGesus bless Starbuck a little bit. A mana potion, a beast scroll. Okay, now we're talking. Items were a big favor? A big factor on the Tidehunters map that Starbuck won. Maybe they can help him here now. A little bit of luck is necessary versus that. Starbuck about to apply pressure, and how to do that better than with Water Elementals. A lot of Water Elementals. Bring +5 for Happy in this situation, of course. Sweet. Starbuck is taking his time. He's not... he's creeping here. Alright. Aiming for level 3 and then the attack. Has to retreat here as Happy is capturing him. Level 3 at the ready. Getting almost a Water Elemental, but it's an XP dono. Here's the level 3. Now we take the fight away from the expo, apparently. Risky business, it seems. Footman's trying to break through. 5 of them should be enough to cancel. Surely there's no arcane up. Smart play by Starbuck. He's not giving up lightly. This will at least force a lot of mana. Good splits, so the Impale can't reach all 5. Archmage still distracted. 3 footmen attacking. Oh. Archmage gotta keep himself safe. No, there must be a tech, right? Yeah, there is. Alright, Expo cancelled. Big time bot. Only 1 footman trapped so far. We use the big mana potion for more Water Elementals. There's 2 more now, right? Yep. So Acolytes, Ghouls, Beetles will get annihilated if in range.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, don't tell me. Yes, of course, he's microing them away. And of course, he gets... Oh, can he get another footman kill if he moves out of tower range? Great micro display here on the footman as well. Archmage moving the target towards the main a little bit, which is the destination for her ghouls.
A town is under siege.
Happy is finding a way to damage the Archmage and take some momentum away from him. Water Elemental summoned again. It's enough to cancel the Haunted. One Water Elemental in the right place is enough. There was the last one though. Starbuck can't afford too many Water Elemental donations though. Big experience. All the ghouls hurt. Careful. No impale just yet. We see more denies. I like it. Next expansion attempt. We have enough mana. Not at all. And again, oh, 4 footies. Can he block? Happy's Iron Curtain is not coming up. This is the third cancel. I would say by far best game by Starbuck so in this series. But it is a timing push. A timing that is working out well because Happy is a bit stubborn this time. And I thought we're not doing this anymore. Usually, after a couple of kills on the Haunted, he's teching. Not the case here. The Beetle in position to prevent the healing. Hawk is asking Happy speedrun. So far, pretty much Happy speedrun. But also Starbucks speedrun versus Focus. Like everything is speedrun. Again, man. There's always a Beetle. Always.
The player's forces are under attack.
He's never forgetting it. Never. And this Archmage health is worrying. Expo still at half. He wants the Crypt Lord. Oh, there is of course no TP. Gets an impale in. Archmage under pressure. Oh boy. Keeps the surround locked in, but for how long? Archmage got to run. Mountain King also surrounded. But if he trades here, especially with the Crypt Lord Expo towards the Mountain King, absolutely worth it. Can't trade 2 for 1 though. Oh my god. Priest, heal, necessary. The fight is all over the place. Happy chasing, left-hand side. He does have the resource for a Tavern Revive. Is the Priest enough? Yeah, healing with a bit of micro is usually great. Peasants have arrived. Crypt Lord back. If he can cancel healing now, that'd be massive. How much punch is in this push without the Mountain King? No defense. Happy's not teching though. This is a tier 1 defense. Huge expanse, of course. Level 3 hero from the tavern. Is 1.5 techs or something. Mountain King on the way. Long way, but almost there. How much do the towers do when the mortars have arrived? A shop would be great. No, that Starbucks on 50. He was able to kill an Acolyte. Stormbolt. Fiend. Oh, Water Elemental with a little block might be nice. Denial. This is ridiculous, Warcraft. But okay, mortars up. Happy 2 Crypt needs more Acolytes. When can he attack? The gold is very limited, also with the repair. Towers don't do that much in this situation. Big repair. This is all in favor. The towers don't have to die as long as he's draining resources. Priest exposed. Nice target fire. It feels like only Happy is getting kills. Second mortar will change a lot. At some point you can't repair against it anymore.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still no money for the tech. Seconds away from the second mortar. Fiends are scary though. An arcane tower would be a wonderful anchor. Starbucks tournament life on the line, the grand final on the line. Not much mana anymore. Of course, you can't purchase mana potions on tier 1. We still don't have attack. Ridiculous. Priest under fire, so not too much healing. Mana on the Mountain King looks really good. And either bash or clap will be fantastic. He should have the mana. Fool's trying to flank in the north a little bit, so good chunk of the army for Starbuck is currently busy running for the life. No arcane tower, so no pressure here. 10 food lead for Starbuck keeps established. Priests are rare though, and priests are the sustain. Now Mortar's in a good spot. Any...
The town is under siege.
Ouch, 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 ouch. That priest kill hurts. Any chance Happy can stabilize? It's Impale too, by the way. Committing now. Get out of my face, Spirit Tower. And that's the change that a second mortar team provides. Exposes his back. Cannon Tower. Fiends will kill it again though. Impale, grande Impale. No heal scroll here. Priest is falling. Second one should be focused in a bit too. Starbuck is microing his heart out. Next Fiend falling. What's the Mountain King's mana? So big. We go bash, by the way. Playing around the Stormbolt cooldown. Another one. Only a ghoul here. The Priest that is accompanying the Mortars is doing a phenomenal job. Yeah, Priest micro is insane. Insane. And the next hammer will fall into the Crippy. I thought there's an Invo potion still. Happy just going straight up Mass Fiend. We're getting closer and closer to the finish line. Starbuck is not deterred from the number of fiends, from the pressure. Heal score. Save a lot. Crazy, crazy, crazy. When this Mountain King is 3, I think it's over. Then Fiends won't survive anymore. So Happy has to find a solution against this dwarf. Love the splits. One footman doesn't do much in the fight, so why not split him off to the acolytes? The supply gap is growing. The levels are growing. The Fiends are suffering. And again, Priest Mortar running away, but it's alright as long as we have footman water elementals here. 6 save on the rifle. Now we'd love to have a Priest here, as Happy is assuming against a position where he can catch reinforcements. Starbuck with the Zeppelin. Love it. And this is no more mining here. Game over. Fighting Spirit Starbuck. Concealed Hill rifle push. Catches Happy by surprise. The big mana potion, of course, a gift from the gods. But he used it so well. And now we got a series. 4. Now we got a series. Brilliant execution. Hyper pressure. Never letting go. And Starbuck breaks the win streak. Mentally, this must be a huge boost now. Love, 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 love the Priest next to the Mortar teams. Amazing. How they were positioned together. How they were running away together. How they were microed and constantly healing. And then on tier 1 with the Zeppelin. Over. It's not a 4-1 this time. Still, Starbuck had to fight incredibly hard for it. Quick 4-1. Might still be a 4-1. Yeah, could also be a 4-2 or a 4-3. Seems like a lot is possible. Happy's first losers pick, interestingly, is the map he lost in the winner bracket final. It's Tidehunters. And the admin tells us 3 minutes and we're good. I'm gonna grab a jacket real quick. It got a bit cozy eventually. Hello, chair. How have you been? He gets a lot of ass day in, day out. I think he's fine. I think Happy was maybe a bit too stubborn, but hard to say. Yeah, of course, you degens like that. Later tonight, in exactly 2 hours, we got the start to the War 3 Champions Finals, the wildcard qualifier, with round about maybe up to 16 people trying to fight for the last 2 spots for the close qualifier. That will be our content for tomorrow and the day after. We'll have Soul 8man on the cast. We'll have Carson on the cast. Gonna be good. If you like what we do here for 398 days, you can support us at backtowarcraft.com/support. We are super thankful for every sub, for every YouTube membership, for every Patreon, for every dono, for every crypto that you throw at us, and of course for every piece of merchandise that you buy. The last people that reported back were very happy, especially about their zippers and hoodies. So if you can, support. And of course, if you want to support the players for the War 3 Champions Finals, then !W3CFinals. So maybe we can crack the 6K together.
Speaking of support, here you are.
Oh, JP search again, dude, for the 7th time in the past 2 weeks. GG. Thank you. Don't know, dude. I just keep seeing your name in my dashboard, bro. Ready. I am ready. I'm so ready. Oh, Master can't stop.
I love you, WC3. Been watching since inception and finally got some monies. Ability to sub over the last year, hee.
You, what's up? Thank you so much, man. This is awesome. Glad to see you thriving, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Broadcast ready. We still have 3 match points against Starbuck, but he got a little bit of momentum. Tide Hunters was the map he won yesterday. Can he do it again? Make it the series? Happy says go. Starbuck maybe busy with his Borek. No, there we go. I don't know if there's some tactical discussions happening with Safe Walkers right now. They were preparing together. Love to see that great brains work together in preparation for this. And it's on. How is Starbuck dealing with the continued pressure? He dealt well with the match points on concealed. RNGesus was with him. Can he get the claws again? Can he apply the same amount of pressure? What's Happy's reaction to the pressure that he was living through in the winner bracket final on game 1? Was that just an off map? Was it the claws? Does he have new positionings, new timings? Lots of questions. I don't think anything will change. There's no surprise Pally rifle. As we stated earlier, I think it's just Pally rifle has been reduced to a plan B in this matchup on horrible maps where it's incredibly hard to expand, such as Amazonia, such as Turtle Rock. Of course, I mention items, but don't make the mistake of just reducing Starbucks' success to items. He displayed some great game plans, great micro. And great pressure. I noticed that Starbuck is oftentimes rather using Footman for counter block. Footman to cancel Haunted Gold Mines. Other people like to use Water Elementals. Wonder what the difference is. Ideally, you'd have both. Oh, he might have saved the creep last second with the militia block. If the rock golem is in position again, he does throw the boulder. Where's the acolyte? What do we got? So we mask.
Great work, guys. Thanks.
Yo, Steve Zazoo, thank you for the 20 month. We get the Vamp Aura. It's not a Robe of the Magi. It's not a Sobi mask. But he gets the full XP. He gets a little bit of passive HP regeneration, which is fine. And Happy is moving, of course, across to the goal.
A player's forces are under attack.
Again, a level 3 creep route with militia. Not at the expo. Maybe rifle pushes all the way all along. Mantle. Damage boost. Everything it's about. Scouting beetle. Is he trying to lure Happy to the main? Yep. Has to split forces. Beetle boss stays at home though. Next water elemental ready. Is it in position? Yes it is. 2 water elementals for sure a cancel. 1000%. What's happening in the main? Surround on the footman. They can't reach the back line. Oh, Starbuck maybe a bit overwhelmed here himself, but cancel is a cancel. And again we go tier 2. Alpha Machine, thank you for the 31 month. How expensive can we make this? And how much XP will Happy be fed? Wool dies. Deny. Tried to. Didn't get it. Did he get it? Not 100% sure. Archmage in trouble. In big trouble. He can't get out. Blocked by nature. And now the pressure is off. Huge moment for Happy. Starbuck too risky. Close to the tree line. It's an easy surround. And Happy can accelerate now. Footman Water Elemental still here. Important, but Happy wakes up the creep, so they get the end snare. Love to see it. Ollie Winchester, thank you for the 4. Starbuck at the Murlocs, man. That's not a love story. It happens on Northern Isles, it happens on Tidehunters. It happens everywhere. Starbuck got a backup plan for these surrounds at the tele staff, but he's at 50%, so it's really not that easy. Happy's defense against water elementals seems great, but by chasing water elementals, he oftentimes lost track of footmen. That is not the case here. So we shift focus towards the main, where the graveyard is coming. The tech is processing 2/3. Oh, is Happy now out of position? Needs to body. He has no water elemental anymore. Trying to save every single second. And so the body block for the footman prevents this unit from reaching in. 2 footies aren't enough. The level of play in this matchup with these players have indeed reached these highs. And Starbuck is mining. Is 1 cancel enough?
A player's forces are under attack.
Doesn't seem like it. Starbuck has no mana. Starbuck is hurt. Heal scroll not available. Mountain King not available. Impale level 2 once again. He's catching quite some footmen here. Happy. The victory lap has started. Oh, undershoots a little bit with the damage. Archmage surrounded staff immediately. As Impale is on cooldown, he will live.
Player's forces are under
And has a
attack.
shop. Might recover. Yeah, has to sell. For sure, for sure, for sure. Happy is not teching. Second crypt is up though. Mass Fiends. Where do you go? This Crypt Lord is looking good. Stormbolt on an illusion. And Happy has perfect information. Knowledge is power. And so the beetles give information away. The illusions give information away, and Happy knows exactly what's coming. This push is a million times harder to execute than the one before. And it's coming to the main. Where we have instant reinforcements, where we have ghouls, the potential for towers. Starbuck has to play it so careful with an Archmage at 50%. Not a single point of XP on the Mountain King. He's trying to flank towards the Fiends. Interesting situation. No workshop just yet. All about those Fiends. He gets the Stormbolts around. Impale, of course, and he blocks the way out. Oh, it's all in vain, isn't it? The footmen are too hurt. The Fiend got saved. Needs another Stormbolt and a kill, but that might cost the MK. We have Happy units literally everywhere. Impale into rifle kill. There's no momentum for Starbuck anymore. Happy shuts him down quickly.
A player's forces are under attack.
2 Stormbolts for 1 Fiend isn't enough. Ghouls pressure the rifle, so there's no active damage. Starbuck knows that this is not looking good. Wants to put on a show, of course. Beetles, spiders, skeletons. A human doesn't like that.
The town is under siege.
Chop is cancelled as well. Absolute failure of a push. Happy too well prepared. These impales are gnarly. 3 footmen in a second. And this god is on the way to level 5. GG! Starbuck puts on a fight, but it's not enough. Happy is once again on top of the Warcraft world. And it might need a fortitude to kick him off once again. DWCC is calling very, very, very soon. A $21,000 tournament with Happy, Starbuck, but also Fortitude and Lynn. Might have to settle who's the best gamer in the world right now. This tournament, I thought Happy was vulnerable. I thought Happy was shaky. And then he played versus Starbuck. And there was no doubt who the best player in this tournament was. Focus was able to take a map. Sock was able to, the only player to be able to take 2 maps. And Starbuck was able to take a map once in both of the series. But that's about it. A complete run through the winner bracket over Lucifer, over Leon, and the before mentioned. A 3-peat for Happy in B Cup. In the finals, he has defeated Life once, and he has defeated Starbuck twice. It is very good to see for Starbuck that he can make back-to-back performances. I think it was, I don't want to say lucky. I think Starbuck could have been threatened by Lawlight and Life as well, but they were not part of his bracket or eliminated early. And all the others weren't able to threaten him. We need new challengers, and we need even more work for Starbuck. The Pally rifle seems to have hit a ceiling. There was no holding back strategies anymore, I think. So if there was a solution with the Pally rifles that he thought he has against the Cryptlord Mass Ghouls, we didn't see it. It got slapped around today and yesterday by Happy with the Cryptlord Ghouls. And it also seems too stable against Archmage in the early games. There was one game with Griffins and Starbuck won that yesterday. No chance to reach Griffins. I can see why he moved towards rifle pushes afterwards, and they seemed fine. I like the springtime strategy. That surely could have worked with a bit cleaner execution without 3 priests being killed, with better priest defenses against the beetles, but Happy also on a crazy level. Sock has shown that tier 2 expos are working. But now Happy is working on a solution to that, so we'll see how long that is working. And the king is on top of the world. The emperor, that is. That was 2 weeks of B Cup, a long journey with awesome matches, and a very competitive cup as well. It was barely a series that was 2-0, except if it was Starbuck versus the Asian Orcs, which was incredibly one-sided. So that concludes the cup with Happy on top, Starbuck second, Focus third, Sock fourth, in the top 5 also Voldemort, and Lawlight. The rise of Lawlight, Sock, and Focus is quite remarkable. All 3 of them. We saw 1-0 on the way back-ish. But he's not taking the elevator to the top of the scene. Cini doing better than expected for sure. And with a little bit more luck in the groups, we can see a Leon advance. Lucifer was doing surprisingly well. We can see a Sheik advance. Foggy was nice to see. Mr. Apeman, thank you. That is a wasted raid, unfortunately. I'm going to raid you over, but I appreciate it. See you in 2 hours. And who knows? Maybe we get the rematch of Starbuck versus Happy sooner than you think. Ava Emperor, he showed the world once again how Undead versus Human is meant to be played right now. He is the greatest right now. And we need new challengers and we need new answers because these grand finals are just made for him. So I'll rate you over as well. I need some time to get some food and for some more prep because the War 3 Champions Finals are starting tonight. The wild card in 1 hour, 50 minutes. With people like Neutron. With people like Agent, Atheist P, Inspired, Lajuk, Kraft, maybe Say So, Sheik, My Letter Hero, Hinagiku, the American Rising player Cloud is in, Rivendell, Soima, and Toxie is also making an appearance. So top 2 will go to the close qualifier Saturday and Sunday if you want to support that tournament. There you go. W3C Finals. It was again a lot of viewers. And I think tomorrow afternoon, I hope I have the time, there's DWCC Chinese qualifier where we are in the playoffs as well. The playoffs are progressing. DWCC will be the highlight of the month with $21,000. So you see 1-0 in the lower bracket. Kaho versus Fortitude is the upper bracket final. Fortitude has thrown down Life. Fly, unfortunately eliminated. War 3 Orc Arrow, unfortunately eliminated. But tomorrow is Life versus Infi, as well as 1-0 and Colorful, as well as Kaho and Fortitude. So yeah, maybe I'll stream it. We'll see about that. If I'm not too tired after W3 Champions Finals. The start of it, at least. So now it's prep time for one of the coolest tournaments we have in the West. And I thank you all for tuning in. Support Warcraft wherever you can. I rate you over, of course, 2 fellow Warcraft creators. And I rate you over to Francis. Hell yeah. One of Europe's finest orcs who unfortunately can't participate in War 3 Champions Finals even though we invited him. But Francis, GOAT Gamer, Sharky, youngest German talent. And then we see you in 1 hour, 45 minutes.